If you need inspiration for your living dining room, today I'm bringing you some really cool ideas and several arrangements so you can get inspired. Let's get started. First, let's take a look at this living room, which has a very industrial style. Homes with this style are very distinctive for their black iron beams, leather sofas, world maps, and high ceilings. It's an urban decor and fits very well in loft-style apartments, although we're seeing it in more and more homes. The metal drawer unit, like the one we see here, also has a very industrial touch, since it's made of iron and black in color, and it's paired with a very retro clock. The world map, personally I find it fascinating. And we could really make something very similar if we bought the wood and painted it ourselves, or even with a laser cutter. To really emphasize the industrial accent, we can even leave the architectural structure exposed, like the pipes, the concrete, the beams, the columns. Or even something that I really love would be exposed bricks. On the other hand, we find this other style that's completely different, much more coastal, a very Balinese style which combines white and beige with turquoise tones, turquoise. Many of you who already know me will know that I personally love this style. I really love the simplicity of the shapes, mixing it with carved wood details and adding touches of natural fibers like branches or jute cushions. This chair also gives it a very elegant coastal touch, and the table, let's not even talk about it, made of wood with worn white details. I think it's a great idea to do the same on a table at home, for example, if we have one that's a bit plain. What I might do is paint it, sand it a little to get this worn effect, and then apply a final varnish, so that the paint doesn't come off so easily and it's also better protected. In the next combination, we see details of a Wabi-Sabi style, such as the combination of wood on the shelves with a very rounded shape, and the white tones, like the granite table or the white shag rug in general, follow very soft lines with low and rounded furniture. And this painting that I love with all its letters, and it's very Japandi, the combination of Nordic and Japanese styles, which I really like. This faux sheepskin chair is also something I see in more and more styles, and I think it's super cute. This combination in this living room is interesting, since we find a simple and minimalist style, like Wabi-Sabi. But at the same time, we find very ornate things like this gold piece of furniture or the chandelier, which fits a much more classic style but is coming back more and more. Honestly, I like this combination of styles in this particular arrangement because I like to find things that take a little risk. It's not the same old typical thing. Now let's analyze this other style, which is completely different, to get another kind of ideas and inspiration. In this case, it's much more colorful and mixes yellow with pink, wood, and exposed bricks. I find this contrast very interesting. I love the furniture, the lamp, and this round painting, and well, honestly, the bookshelf and the clock too. Maybe I wouldn't put it all together, but there are certain things that I really like individually. I have to say that maybe I wouldn't have considered putting a yellow sofa, but seeing it like this, combined with the wood and the burlap fabric of the shelf. I love how it looks, and the gold details give it that elegant yet luxurious touch. Right here next to it, there was another chair design that imitated sheepskin, but with a completely different style, combining it with darker wood. Honestly, I wouldn't know which one I like more, this style or the other one, because I find both of them very interesting. As I was heading to the next dining set, I came across some super original decorative pieces that I want to show you. By the way, all these combinations and decorations are from the store Mansion du Monde. I don't think I mentioned that. This fish seems like a true work of art to me. I absolutely love it. Maybe it wouldn't be the typical figurine I would buy, but I think it gives the room so much personality and an incredible elegance. On the other hand, I came across this table that fits much more with the style I would probably go for, and I think it's not hard to make at all. If we think about it, we could take some logs, remove the bark, sand them down well, and start gluing them together with this super adhesive glue, which holds a lot of weight and sticks really strongly. It would be a nice option for a dining table, a side table, or even some nightstands for the bedroom. I honestly like it, it's convincing. This other lamp, I think it's a really good idea. In fact, there's a lamp at IKEA for €8 that could be transformed and made to look very similar. I've already bought this lamp. I have to say it since I'm going to try to do it because I think it has a lot of potential. So I'm going to try it and I'll let you know how it goes. And now we find ourselves again with an industrial style dining room, but this time with some different touches. Let's take a look at it. I think this metal hanger is a great idea for hanging 4 little jackets, and on the lower part, our shoes. The mailbox style piece of furniture next to it, this old one, is similar to the first one we saw. In this case, it combines light colors with black, and I have to say that I like it much more than the other one because of the way these colors are combined. I found this shelf to be super original. But that wasn't the only eye-catching thing on this wall, because later on I also came across half a motorcycle hanging from the wall. I find it highly original and attention-grabbing. For such an industrial style, I believe it can be a great fit. And the mirror we find next to it with the dresser set, I think it's exactly the same. It's a perfect combination for a small entryway or a bedroom. This is the second industrial dining room, so I have a feeling that industrial dining rooms are becoming more and more popular in home decor. I have to say that some friends of mine who used to have a much more Nordic style have now switched to an industrial style. In fact, they have several little things very similar to this setup. And finally, we find a living dining room setup. This style differs from previous ones, and there are some intriguing elements we'll analyze. The lamp has the same style as the sheep-type armchairs we've seen. The coffee table is spectacular, but it's definitely for a fairly large living room since it's quite wide. I generally like the style for a dining room, as we said, a spacious one, right? Because even though it has dark tones and a completely black wall, it doesn't look too dark. Thanks to the size, since the accessories add brightness, the light-colored floors and the wooden and wicker accessories also add that touch of warmth that the black takes away. Finally, I think this large floor lamp is spectacular. Honestly, it's a really original set, to be honest. And finally, there was a bedroom that I'm going to take the opportunity to show you in case it inspires you or gives you some ideas. You can see that it's bold and a bit over the top, but personally, there are things I really like about it. Maybe it's a bit like the dining room we saw earlier. I wouldn't use the whole set as it is, but there are certain things I love individually, like the headboard matching the nightstands with a black tone mixed with the ganache. I love it. I really like it a lot. I think that the yellow combined with the black and gold gives the bedroom a super elegant touch. And although maybe for me it's a bit too much, if it had been in smaller amounts, just a few details and touches, I think it would look spectacular. I love the vanity cabinet, and honestly I would love to see it in a bathroom. As a focal point, with the rest of the elements being more neutral and letting it capture all the attention, I think it could look really cool and very spectacular. Which dining room would you choose? Let's do a little vote in the comments. I'm going to quickly show you the styles we've seen so you can choose. This would be number 1, the industrial style we saw at the very beginning. Then we have number 2, which is a more coastal style, and number 3, which is the Wabi-Sabi type, mixing with more classic styles like these. The next option would be more similar to Art Deco, with brighter colors and combined with gold. Again, an industrial style with a unique vibe and the most original accessories. And finally, the dining room of contrast, combining very dark colors with natural materials. Tell me which one you prefer, find most convincing and would display in your home. We'll see which one comes out on top. Well guys, I hope you liked this video, that it was useful for you, and that at least you saw combinations, ideas and inspirations that could help you. And I'll see you very soon in upcoming videos. See you soon. Thank you.